Alright. Flight boss, bitch. You're now listening to the Mind Eminent Terry's Moon, and I'm here to carry out God's duties and motherfucking responsibilities because I'm the Archangel Uriel. Here, now, we got Mercury in Gemini. Now, this Mercury loves to be here. This is where Mercury likes to be at, because Mercury can do what it really wants to do here. Like, now, when it was in Aries, it's like, it's cool, but sometimes it starts sweating too much. It gets too hot, and it doesn't want to sit there and think all the time. So a lot of times it just want to go off and do shit, to catch some wind real quick, catch some kind of air, which is the opposite for fire. You know what I'm saying? Catch some type of air somewhere, because it's sometimes thinking about something too much and piercing through the truth, sometimes it gets too hot. And other people who like to live in the here and now, which is reality, don't want to be around somebody who always kicking the truth, because if they're around this person, they know that they're going to get analyzed, and they know that they're going to get criticized for the bullshit that's coming out their mouth sometimes. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why Mercury sometimes don't like to be in the fire. Then you go into the Taurus, sometimes Mercury is fast, sometimes it doesn't like to be stuck. It's like like in Earth, sometimes it has to stop and think and not move as fast before it could go, because if it's just going fast and it's going to trip over a rock, trip over a brick and fall down and shit, and have to take a long time to get, if you break a bone, it takes time to heal, right? So that's Mercury in Earth and in Taurus when it comes there. Now when it comes into Gemini, it's free. It's like, whew, fresh out of school, yay! Or fresh off of work, yay! You know what I'm saying? And it's out doing what it's want to do, what it's going to do. Because it ain't nowhere that's hindering it. And even in the water, it slows Mercury down and try to make Mercury understand the illusions of the shit that's around it that's not so practical. Like, yeah, you could communicate that you have that ability to be paid, and it got this number on there and this number, and you putting together adding shit like that. But in the water, it's gonna make Mercury think about why you have that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So in air, it's not thinking about that, nothing. It's just whew. So a lot of time with air signs and Mercury, now you could be a Taurus, Gemini, or Cancer and have Mercury Mercury, you know what I'm saying? And those signs, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be couple signs away from the sun sign. So if your sun sign is Gemini, you can only have Mercury in Taurus, Gemini, or Cancer. Now, but we're talking about Mercury in Gemini right now. So Mercury in Gemini, you know what I'm saying? What happens here is, you know what I'm saying, since it's so free and so out there that it's just able to communicate about anything. You know what I'm saying? This is another reason why Geminis could just talk about anything. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to have a meaning to it. It could be a commercial that come on, y'all start talking about that, and then next second y'all talk about something else. Y'all talking about music, or y'all talking about this, that, and the third, and just the many thoughts of mankind that get received through the head. Mercury loves to communicate anything that the moon sign is receiving. It doesn't even matter if it has meaning behind it or not. It just loves to communicate it. So this is why a lot of times, but see, you got them Geminis out there that's introverted. You know what I'm saying? That's because they Mercury might be in Taurus, or they Mercury might be in Cancer. So in Taurus, like I said, the Mercury might be tripping over rocks and making that Gemini sun person slow down on the communication and not just talk about anything. Or it's in the water, it's making the it's slowed down, and it's making the Gemini sun person has to think about meaning behind it, which is Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So the Mercury is going to have no choice but to try to put meaning behind what it's communicating here in Gemini. But 9 times out of 10, with a sun person in Gemini and a Mercury is in Gemini, they're more freely with their communication style. Now they're not even necessarily concerned about body language like the Mercury and Aries. These people are in the abstract world, which is the past, the here now, which is the present, and the future, and they shoot through all those in a spherical way. So anytime a Mercury and Gemini person get into a situation, they communicate what's here and now, what's in the past, and what's in the future. So if it's not in an abstract, and then another thing too, abstract thoughts are real. They become real. This is why Gemini's sun signs may become forgetful. Because if they have a Mercury in Gemini, a lot of things that they're like is the communication. So when you're communicating with yourself, you're communicating with yourself with so many thoughts, and when it's time to communicate with others, it's so many thoughts that you forget certain thought pockets that you originally had. Like, say you put your cell phone in your pocket. Now, you're going to have so many, as a Gemini and Mercury, you're going to have so many other thoughts to process that, and see, the thing here is you like that. You like assessing communication styles. So you're going to have so many of them going in your head that when it's time to go back to the pocket of your phone sphere of reality in your head, that might have been 100, 200 thoughts down the line, to the point that you forgot 10 thoughts ahead of that. So you're not going to remember. Say, all right, see, this is a thing you even have to write out. See, Mercury deals with writing out and shit like that. So I got to make a better example for y'all. And I'm going to put it in number forms. Now, this is perfect for Mercury right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, in a communication building process, which is Mercury sign in Gemini. This is, say, okay, I'm about to put thoughts in numbers. Say your cell phone in your pocket was thought 1. Thought 0 was you about to start thinking. Thought 1 was, okay, let me put my phone in my pocket. Now you're gonna have thought 2, thought 3, thought 4, thought 5. Say you get all the way to thought 45, right? And it came so fast. It was so fast, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you on thought 45 now. From thought 20 to thought 30 might have been a whole bunch of thoughts about what you're doing right now. Y'all might be playing a video game, or y'all might be watching TV, y'all might be watching Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? So y'all sitting there talking about everybody's problems right there on Love and Hip Hop, right? That may be all them thoughts may have came from 20 to 30. From 30 to 40, y'all communicating commercials until Love and Hip Hop come back on, right? All right, now an hour may have went past. Love and Hip Hop made it went off and shit like that. Now when it's time to remember where your phone was at, which is way back down to the thought 1, right? It's hard for you to remember what you was thinking on thought 10, because thought 20 to 30 was so interesting, and it was so many communications you wanted to get out. Remember, thought 20 to thought 30, y'all was watching Love and Hip Hop. So you communicating about that shit. So you get up, boom. You can't remember from thought 10 to thought 20. So within those, you getting up and like, where the fuck is my phone? Oh shit, where the fuck my phone at? Where the fuck is my phone? You running upstairs, you running downstairs, you run outside to see if you dropped it outside before you walked in. You're like, damn, where the fuck is my phone? Man, I don't even know my phone. You can't sit down, all this air, you communicating, you blaming people, you blaming somebody else. Like, damn, did I let you use my phone? Where you put my phone at? Oh, this, that, boom, 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 boom. You sit down, now you go through about 40 thoughts that alone, right? Now, once you get to 70 thoughts, from 60 to the 70th thought, you might have thought to yourself like, hold on, let me check myself. Reach into your motherfucking coat pocket, your goddamn phone is in your coat pocket, and you forgot you put it there. See? Now that's the hurt. That's the hurt of the Gemini Mercury. See, that's why. That's an example. That's why, because you got so many thoughts that you're ready to communicate, that you have to build thought processes up of what you want to communicate. So that blocks out other things in your mind that's necessary. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why. But you have a lot of Geminis, Mercury and Gemini people out there who know how to remember their memory banks, who know how to remember the boxes that they put things in. You know what I'm saying? Because they may have had an upbringing that allowed them to do that, or they may have a sextile or a trine that relates to Saturn to their Mercury, because that's the only thing you're going to be able to anytime you have a planet associating, like conjunct or inconjunct or opposition or sextile or trine, any kind of angle from Mercury to Saturn is going to help you remember things on this reality. So air signs, you know, is abstract. Sometimes it's not always in reality. It's sometimes, but it's not in yin either. It's in the abstract world. It's in space. It's not what's causing space, which is like water and fire. It's in space, which is just the abstract realm, the many thoughts of where this could have came from. You know what I'm saying? And See, and Earth is here, and here now, in the reality. So when you got Mercury, which is the communication, and you got to jump in air. See, a lot of times they so abstract, it's not grounded to remember what's going on in front of you. But if you have an aspect from Mercury to Saturn, a lot of times that helps it out, because Saturn is what made the bones. It was making a lot of things physical on Earth. So you know what I'm saying, it's able to make you create mental blocks that you know how to go back to, because those be the reality mental boxes that you keep in your head, so you can stay in tune with reality. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Mercury and Gemini people, they can switch between two personalities real fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they can have two different ideas about one thing. So they just have to remember not to forget this idea and go with this one, or they have to remember to apply this idea with this one and not just be completely two different ideas. You have to draw them in together somehow, some way. That's why sometimes they need Libras in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Libras to help them draw their both dots into one, so they don't act like they like this and that. They can act like, okay, I understand both, which that's what Libras will help them with. So you know, Mercury in Aries, that's a Mercury in Aries person. You know what I'm saying? But they can do a lot of things at one time. You know what I'm saying? It just have to be something they're into. If it's something that they don't like doing, they're not gonna be able to do that. But if it's something that they like doing, they can do about 4 or 5 things at one time. So that's Mercury in Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Flat bus, bitch. You know, for sure. Air.